Well, you see, I was a missionary in China for 40 years. I went when I was just 22 years old and worked there in a girls' school for many years and came back to take care of my parents when they were rather frail. But then went back to China, and after the Boxer Rebellion, that was in 1900, then I helped establish a college there, a school for girls. But when I came back to the States, to America, I felt there are people who have been giving their lives, as missionaries for so long, and when they come back to the States, there's no place for them to live. They don't have, they don't have a house, they don't have property, and sometimes their children have no place to stay if they're going to school here. So that's why some of us felt very concerned about the missionaries coming back to spend either their furlough here or to retire. And so we knew the Bladesdales he was a president of Pomona College for a while, and their family and our family, the Porters, were good friends in Beloit. So when we decided, after I came back from China, I was living with my brother in La Mesa. His name was James Porter, and he was a pastor. And he became very interested in my dreams of having a place for missionaries. So we got together with the Blaisdell and the Norton family, which was also over in the college, Pomona College. And later on, Abernethy, who was working there, and oh no, he wasn't working in the colleges, but anyway, we became sort of a group of people trying to establish a place for returned missionaries. And our first endeavors was over near where Scripps College is now. It was a place where my brother and I established 2 cottages, and that was for missionary coming back on furlough. There were around 3 cottages established over there, but then the colleges were expanding and they needed the property, and we needed more property because we couldn't keep up with all the missionary wanting to come back here and find a place to stay. So we looked over at this land over between Berkeley and Harrison, and it was sort of a swampland. And there were artesian wells, and we still have problems with that. So it was not so expensive land. And we moved what was used to be called the Claremont Missionary Home over to this area now. And then it was named in 1924. The first missionary home was in 1915, was incorporated. And after that, when we moved over to this land here, it was 1924, and it was renamed Pilgrim Place. And our family, the Porter family, had built 2 homes over on where the campuses are now. But now, when it's new land, we also built a cottage in honor of Bladesdale's wife, Frances. And so I was then here. I did not live here. I lived with my brother in La Mesa. But finally, in 1928, I passed away, and my brother James built this structure here, which is the Porter Hall, Mary Porter Hall. And we needed a place for people to gather for meals and for entertainment and social activities. So this was the first place like that on the campus.